Hello guys! Over the last 2 years I have been developing my dream game, Project Destiny, and in this video I want to show you all I have done to shape it. With no experience with Unreal or 3D video games, I started by knowing the engine. I thought of a game that was actually playable, I developed the basis of the gameplay, I thought about the story and concept of the game, I created the first map, I opened this YouTube channel, and many other things. Enjoy! Let me start by introducing myself. I'm Patrick, I live in Switzerland with my beagle, my daughter and my wife, who's always helping me. I have a full-time job, so I'm developing Project Destiny in my free time. This is the place where magic takes place. That's not the best spot in the house, but at least I can keep an eye on this little rock star. I have already created and published a finished game, so I know what it means to create a game and what it takes to get to the end. But well, it wasn't a commercial hit. And since my dream is to be a full-time indie game developer, I know where I can improve. Clouds of Rain was a 2D game made with RPG Maker. So now I wanted to take a big step forward, moving toward 3D and Unreal. But how? Try, make mistakes, repeat, and of course, say a lot of bad words. I had created a prototype where it was possible to climb, fight with a sword, hide from enemies, hunt, but it was too much. So many mechanics and little time to refine them. So I said to myself, what can I take from all this to make an interesting game? The answers are one open map, freedom to explore, travel, beautiful landscapes, story that develops through exploration, and much more. Project Destiny was born here. Before starting the actual development, I wanted to have an interesting idea to work on, in terms of story and concept of the game. After several sleepless nights, I thought at this idea. The aim of the game is to tell the life of a person from childhood to old age, based on the player's choices through an introspective journey in a natural environment inspired by Japanese animation movies like Princess Mononoke or Your Name. And the player will explore open maps where a story will be told based on the locations he explores. Each important place that we'll explore will tell an important part of the protagonist's life. Every player will have a different story based on the choices they have made during the journey. I will return to this topic in another video to explain in detail how the story will develop based on the journey and the ways that each player will take. So get to work. I started by creating the basis concept of the core gameplay, then developing the main game mechanics. The genre of the game can be classified as a 3D platformer. Since the basic gameplay is conceptually simple and there will be no combat, I wanted to pay a lot of attention on the level design. Starting from some very bad hand drawings, I started studying the map inch by inch, and then began to develop an Unreal map made by very beautiful white cubes and rectangles. I needed this step to understand the pace and the balance of the gameplay. At this point I said to myself, what do I do now? Do I want to develop the game closed in my beautiful house in Switzerland for another 2-3 years and then sell it to my dog, like my first game? No. I'm starting to show the world what I'm doing on my YouTube channel. But what do I show? The map, obviously. Thanks to Unreal, I can create environments that are detailed and beautiful to look at, with the hope that they will attract attention. I started by creating environments because I felt comfortable in this job, having a little experience in this regard, so that I can present something concrete and beautiful in the shortest time possible. So let's move on the visual aspects. Many tests among bushes, trees, water, stones, until reaching a good result. At this point I said to myself, let's put everything online and see what people think. I have received so much comments and compliments, and for this I'm grateful to you. I also received many requests for videos explaining my process to achieve this result. Easier said than done. Between a constantly growing little girl, a very active dog, just kidding, and with the game in development, I had to find the time to do everything. I then started developing the map, with the graphic assets and styles that I perfected in recent months. This is the longest part of the work, because the map I am developing is very diverse with many variations of colors, shapes, and composition. This is because each location of the map must be able to communicate something specific to the player, to make the journey as meaningful as possible. Seeing my map take shape is a very nice reward, comparable to beating the Elden Ring bosses. At the same time, the channel was growing, with some workflow, many showcases, and the first devlogs. Recently, I have published step-by-step video tutorials, which were in great demand. This has led to an increase in views and subscribers. And after a lot of work developing the map, I decided to create the protagonist. It had already existed in my mind for a long time, but I couldn't give it shape, until I had the right inspiration. Since the character we will control in the game should be the representation of destiny, it had to have a certain appearance, ethereal and elegant. I'm working on her animation right now. I hope to be able to show you more soon. Here we are at the end of this 2 years journey. Thank you for your support. See you in the next video. Bye!